morning again. Welcome back. I'm glad to see you again. We're still talking about stories in the Bible. You remember last week we started a new story about a man named Joseph? If you were with us last week, you'll remember that Joseph's brothers were really angry at him. They were so angry that they put him in a well. And then remember what happened? They pulled him out of the well and they sold him to people going to Egypt. Well, that's where our story picks up today. So Joseph went to Egypt, and there was a man there named Potiphar. Potiphar, this is Potiphar, he bought Joseph and he put him in charge of everything in the house. That means that Joseph ran the money. He took care of all the money. If you wanted a new couch, you go to Joseph. Joseph would give you the money to go buy a couch for the house. If you wanted more food, you'd go to Joseph. He managed the food account. So Joseph was very important, and he had an important job to do, taking care of Potiphar and his family. Well, something sad happened. Even though Joseph was doing the right thing, and he was really good at it, there was a woman in the house. In fact, it was Potiphar's wife. And she wanted Joseph to do things that Joseph knew that God did not want him to do. And so Joseph's wife, or Potiphar's wife made up a lie. And she said that Joseph did some terrible things. And that made Potiphar very mad. He believed the lies that the wife told. And so he took Joseph and he sent him to prison. Because he didn't want somebody that was doing the wrong thing in his house. Even though, remember, Joseph hadn't done it. The wife had told lies. Well, even in prison, Joseph did the right thing. And he became a very important man in prison. He was in charge of all the other prisoners. He took care of everybody that was there. And he made decisions about what they were doing while they were in prison. Well, there was a man there who had dreams. Remember, Joseph used to have dreams? And Joseph knew what those dreams meant? Well, this man was the cupbearer. He was the cupbearer for a king. And that was a very important job. Because what the cupbearer does is he tastes the food before the king does, just in case somebody was trying to kill the king. Well, the king got angry one year, and he got so angry at the cupbearer that he threw the cupbearer in prison. And the cupbearer was there for a long time, and he had this dream. And he told the dream to Joseph, and he asked, the cupbearer said, Joseph, do you know what my dream means? Well, Joseph said, I can't tell you what that dream means, but God can. He said, in 3 days, you're going to leave prison, and you're going to get your job back. The king is going to take you back in as his cupbearer. The cupbearer was excited. He was going to get out of prison. That was good news. Joseph said, would you do me a favor? When you get out of prison, could you please remember my name and tell the king about me and that I'm doing a really good job here? Please? Well, the cupbearer said, sure, I'll do that. 3 days later, just like Joseph said, the cupbearer was released from prison. But the bad news, he forgot about Joseph. But just in our story, I want you to remember what Joseph did. Our story tells that Joseph was in Potiphar's house, and he did the right things, and he was given good, honorable jobs. And then even when he was in prison, which is a terrible place to be, he did the right things, and people gave him really good jobs in prison. Anywhere he was at, he did what God wanted him to do. He always trusted, and he always knew that God was with him. And today, when you're working around the house or doing your chores, remember that God is always with you too. Have a great week.